Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing MotoGP 21, and it's now time for round 6 of our MotoGP World Championship, and it's time for the Italian GP of Mugello. So in pole position is Miller with Bagnaia on the front row with Quartararo, Mir, Vinales, Morbidelli, Nakagami, Martin, Lecco, and Marini, Marquez, Savadori, Espargaro, Zarco, Rossi, Marquez, Binder and Grant, Petrucci, Bastianini, Miguel Oliveira, Rins and Paul Espargaro at the back of the grid. So we look to the lights from 18th position, waiting for them to disappear, and away we go! Power setting 3 has been enabled, and we must make a good start. We're going to have to try and hang it round the outside to get a good spot going into San Donato. Here we go onto the left-hand side, then just briefly as we go ahead of championship rival Johan Zarco, breaking so many people going into turn 1. Can we go round the outside? Looks like Lecco is in the way. Lecco, get back, please! Trying to get on through here, going into 11th position, and around the outside, not quite for the Tech 3 KTM man. He is holding position extremely well as we now get up into 11th position, so a good couple of spots taken already in the early stage of this Grand Prix. 8 positions taken away as we just bump oh my goodness, I can't even pronounce his name, Lecco out of the way as he just continues to get in my way, but we're going to finally get ahead of him going into Casanova. Whoa! Lecco had a massive moment then going into Casanova, but we are now up into the top 9 positions. That's not too bad. We have completely halved our positions already in the space of about 9 corners. Absolutely fantastic performance right now. So we are positioned behind Luca Marini, Frankie Morbidelli, and I can't quite see the rest of them. I think Jorge Martin, as Iker Lecco is also going to appear once again. He's desperate to get on through. Maybe he feels like it's got a lot of speed to give here in Mugello for today's Grand Prix. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, there's nothing special about this particular Grand Prix. I don't think I'm going to be able to just run to the front and start pinching over everyone. You never know, maybe we'll be able to do it, but I don't think we can. But we'll go for it nonetheless, and we'll try and get a few more points. But to be honest with you, completely honest, wholeheartedly, full honesty, it's just literally damage limitations in today's Grand Prix. We're going to use a bit of power setting 3 in a moment's time to try and get it behind Luca Marini, because I do feel we might be able to have a top 6 at the very least. But we'll see how things progress, because there is only going to be 7 more laps here in the hills of Tuscany for the Mugello Grand Prix in one of the best tracks ever made. So here we go with them. Power setting 3 briefly, now into power setting 2. Can we outbrake Luca Marini going into turn 1? Not quite. It'd take a braver man than me to make a lunge up on the inside from that far behind. So now into turn 2, onto the left hand side we'll go. Can we get in behind Luca Marini in the corner of Luco? As we now go on the right hand side for Poggio Secco, we will have a chance to strike ahead of Luca Marini, but where are we going to go for the lunge? Materassi is a good spot for me, but it's not quite close enough. I would have gone for it, but I really don't want to push Luca Marini out of the way. He's having a great race there in 8th position, and that would be completely rude of me to have a go, but I would love a lunge into Casanova and Savelli. I do the move all the time in Ride 4, but I can never seem to get it right in MotoGP 21. So onto the right hand side we'll go for Arrabbiata 1. Lecco is behind me by half a second, and I'm guessing Alex Marquez is just sitting with him, so I'm going to be very careful that we don't mess it up trying to get past Luca Marini and lose too much time to the guys behind. So into Scarpa here, nice and tight to the apex, flick it to the left hand side for Pelagio, very tight to the apex there, almost running across the rumble strip, or we were practically running across it as well. Now go into the braking zone for the right hander of Correntaya. Whoa, super close to the rear of the Sky VR46 rider Luca Marini. Now into Biondetti 1, Biondetti 2. We might have a chance of making a lunge on Luca Marini. I just don't know where we can put this Aprilia ahead of him. Maybe here on the back straight going into San Donato, position it right into Buccini, and we may have an opportunity. So let's see what we can produce. So now onto the left hand side, very tight to the apex, get him right behind him to pick up the additional slipstream, and away we go. Here he goes, look at that speed. Oh my goodness, I'm stuck on the rear tyre. Get off, I can't move. Goodness me. I should have gone to power setting 3 and moved a little bit earlier, but I was expecting to blast past him, not get stuck on his rear tyre. That's my fault, unfortunately. But now onto the right-hand side for San Donato. Morbidelli runs it a little bit wide. We might be able to get the cutback going into Luco. Not quite. Morbidelli hangs firm for the time being. How about on the right-hand side here? Can we dive on the inside? We certainly can. Beautiful move up on the inside. Now Frankie Morbidelli has been demoted to 8th position. So not bad. 7th position so far. An 11 gap improvement. Very, very promising for us right now, with plenty of time left in this Grand Prix, of course, and I think that's probably the best couple of lap times I'm going to do here in today. A 1:45.450 is not bad for my performance so far, but look at the top 3 riders so far. Miller, Mir, Bagnaia, they are so far ahead of us. 2.5 seconds is the gap. 0.7 of a second is the gap to Jorge Martin, so could possibly have a little bit more in it. Who knows yet? I do better in races than in qualifying, as you know, and I think already you can pretty much see how much of an improvement it has been compared to the qualifying just 4 hours ago. So now onto the right hand side for Correntaio. I do apologise for my voice in this one. I'm still suffering with a little bit of a cold. And there is Frankie Morbidelli as he's dived over the inside. Not bothered about my cold, not bothered about my feelings. He wanted to get on through. But I tell you what, okay, Frankie, if you feel like you've got the acceleration, if you feel like you've got the speed, you chase down Jorge Martin and I will trail behind you. I think that's a fair deal. You kicked me out of qualifying too, so let's see what we can do together then. Nice and tight to him. Ooh, goodness me. Very tight to the apex there, actually, as we now take a little bit of slipstream. Look at us charging through ahead of Frankie Morbidelli. I have used a power setting 3 just because the gap to Martin has now gone to a second. I really don't want to have a second gap to Martin. I'm trying to catch him up, as we did very well going into San Donato there. Saved at least a 10th just by braking so firm into the first corner here in Mugello. As we get on the left hand side, goodness me, major flashbacks to Moto 3 when I crashed into John McPhee. And that was quite a while ago now. I got stuck on the rumble strip in the wet, fell and then took out John McPhee during the race. Absolutely nightmarish Grand Prix for John McPhee in that one. And same for us, to be honest with you. So here we go then, bringing on the acceleration. Jorge Martin's having a good old look behind him to see where I am. I don't think he needs to worry too much about me because, well, 0.8 of a second is quite a gap. And the medium rear tyre is looking a little bit worse for wear. Not too bad for both tyres, but we are getting close to 50% race distance. As we're now on the right hand side for Arrabbiata to bring on the acceleration. May need to chuck in some power setting 3 to chase down Jorge Martin, but it's difficult, it really is. They've got the slipstream together and I just need a little bit more to chase them down. You see the two factory Yamahas working in tandem for 4th and 5th, and they really don't have a chance to chase down the top 3 guys. Miller, Mir and Bagnaia have been impeccable in this Grand Prix. You see Vinales and Quartararo, Martin, they're in their own little group as well. It's just me on my lonesome here. Actually, not quite. It looks like Frankie Morbidelli is only 2.5 of a second behind me, and I'm guessing Luca Marini is around there somewhere as well. So I'm going to have to be a little bit concerned, actually. Just stay focused, stay calm, and just continue to do what we do best, and that is to churn out the fast lap times as we go across the pit lane entry. And now across the line we will go. It's another 1:45 for us, so it's a decent lap. It's nothing too special, but here we go into San Donato, braking extremely late. Look how aggressive we are on the front and rear brake. Stopping the motorcycle a little bit late, but it didn't really help. If we braked a little bit earlier there, we would have saved time to Jorge Martin, but unfortunately due to that, we actually lost a little bit of time. I do get close to Martin into the first couple of sectors, and then the last two, forget about it. They just ditch me. They completely ditch me, and it's tough because the first 2 sectors I'm trying so hard, I'm pushing at the maximum, but the final 2 I just can't seem to get any rhythm going. I am really trying, but it looks like 7th position is the best that we can muster up here today, which is not bad. It's an 11 gap progression. That's pretty good when you think about it. We were nowhere in the points or even considering our points when we first started, and here we are battling it out for 7th position. This one certainly isn't over. Frankie Morbidelli, and now Alex Marquez has put himself into the top 10. Is he going to have a little bit of a pop at Morbidelli, or is he going to have a pop at us both? Who knows what's going to happen. But a quick mention while I have the chance. I've got a Grand Prix video coming out this week of a certain ride-through penalty. I'm not going to say any more than that, but it's a ride-through penalty challenge, and I implore you to watch it because it's pretty awesome, so definitely stay tuned for that one. I'll let you know when it comes out, definitely at some point this week, and also stay tuned for MXGP 2021. It launches on the 30th of November, so on Tuesday. Unfortunately, I won't have the chance to do a video that day because Steam launches are always at like 6 PM, so the video may be coming out a Wednesday or a Thursday, but stay tuned because I've got lots of content coming soon, and I very much look forward to making more fantastic content for you guys. So now into the braking zone for San Donato. Can we do it right this time and close down to Jorge Martin? You see how hard I'm pushing on board the Aprilia. We did take 0.2 of a second away from Jorge Martin. This may not be over. We're approaching the penultimate lap after this one, so who knows what could happen. So bring on acceleration. Power setting 2 is still applied. I don't want to risk it with power setting 3 just yet. I really don't like pushing the power to the limit, because I'd rather leave it towards the end and then use all the power setting, rather than getting caught in a position where you have to use power setting 1 because you've been too greedy with the power. But getting very close to the inside line there twice, actually, and there it is, a track limit warning, a metaphorical slap on the wrist for number 47, the world champion, as mistakes have been made. Now honestly, forget about it. 1.3 seconds is the gap to Martin. I've been pushing so long for so many laps, and I just can't seem to get him. So unfortunately, those three are definitely going to take the positions. I'm surprised no one's had a lunge. Please, one of you, just Vinales have a lunge at Quartararo, or Martin, just use the straight, use the speed on the straight and just go past him, just something, because I need it. I really want those extra couple of positions, but I just can't get any closer. The best I've ever done in Mugello is a podium, and unfortunately that will be the same now, because I'll never improve upon that one in this season. No chance. There's obviously no more chance this season as we cut the corner once again, and Frankie Morbidelli less than 0.2 of a second, or at least he was just momentarily. In fact, never mind, he's already ahead of us. Oh my goodness. Going into Bacchini, the Petronas Sprinter man goes ahead of me and brings on the acceleration, but thankfully we have a little bit more power inside this Aprilia RSGP. So across the line to start the penultimate lap, and its defences once again. The lap times have been somewhat similar the past couple of lap times, but each time there's been a little bit of a mistake. And in fact, Martin has been dropped somewhat by Vinales and Quartararo. So just a little bit of a gap forming there. Is it still Miller, Mir, Bagnaia? Is that going to change at any point? Surely we're going to see some sort of lunge. You can't sit there for the entire duration as a Grand Prix, just sitting there in that position. If I had a chance to make a lunge, you better believe I would have taken it by now. But unfortunately for me, we're still stuck in the same position. Still in 7th, still got Frankie Morbidelli behind us, still got Martin in the distance, and a very fast Alex Marquez somewhere. And I've just noticed as well, I didn't see it earlier, but Joan Mir is the fastest man on track with a 1:44 treble 9. That's no joke. That is a fantastic lap here in Mugello. Is he saving something for the final part of this Grand Prix? I hope so, because there's been nothing else to commentate right now as Frankie Morbidelli dives for the inside going into Scarperia. Frankie Morbidelli takes over from 7th place, and now we are on the back foot. I'm not too concerned because I can just pretty much bring on the acceleration for the final straight, and running it wide into Corintaio. Alex Marquez gets himself involved. Get back, Alex, because I'm coming on through once again. We do fight back tremendously there up at the inside of the LCR Castrol Honda rider, but now it's time to attack Frankie Morbidelli. He's 0.4 of a second quicker than us on this lap. Probably should have let him get past us quite a while ago so he could do the donkey work, but for the time being, bring on the acceleration. Power setting 3 has been enabled for not too long because we still need to be concerned with the actual fuel remaining. We do charge past Frankie Morbidelli and go hard on the brakes for Sandinato. Are we going to get it stopped in time? The right down easy boot hanging out, and we do go for that very, very tight defensive line. Beautifully done there for Grant as we now get on the left hand side to play defence. Here we go, and just, whoa, goodness me, I didn't even notice that. I didn't notice it now. Joan Mir is now in the lead. Joan Mir has saved it for the final lap. Finally, we have a move, and it's going to break the Ducati hearts in their home track. That is going to be brutal if Joan Mir has done this. This is going to be pretty good, and that also doesn't help us too much in the sense of the championship because Pecco Bagnaia is still in 3rd place, but we're going to close down somewhat. I think Pecco will take the championship lead. Zarco will lose, in fact he'll lose 1st and 2nd because I'm going to pick up more points than Zarco. This is going to not be this is not a bad day for us. This is going to be a good day after all. I hope so. Anyway, it's Sunday. Sunday's a day of rest, and Sunday is a chance to shine, and I think that's what we're doing here today. So onto the left-hand side we'll go for Pelagio. Still got a lap of fuel remaining, even though I didn't even use power setting 3, which is odd. But I'm happy with it. This is not going to be a bad result. Oh, never mind. Frankie Morbidelli. Oh, look at him shake. Goodness me. Squirming on the front end of that Yamaha as we now go onto the left-hand side for Biandetti 1 and for Biandetti 2. Morbidelli is in range, but I'm pretty confident with power setting 3 enabled and the acceleration of this Aprilia RSGP, we don't have to concern ourselves with Frankie Morbidelli, but there he is once again. I hope he isn't going to pinch our hearts right at the death here, but I don't think he is. Joan Mir will take the Grand Prix victory for the first time this season. Miller in 2nd, Bagnaia in 3rd, and Grant comes home in 7th place to take over 2nd spot in the World Championship. So a quick recap. Joan Mir wins with Miller and Bagnaia on the podium. Quartararo, Vinales, Martin, Grant, Morbidelli and Ikaleko out of nowhere takes the final spot on this front page. So now look at the championship standings, and my goodness, I was incorrect. Bagnaia takes over at the front, which we expected, and Joan Mir inserts himself into second place in the World Championship, just 7 points behind Bagnaia. Grant in third trails by 9 points, and Zarco trails by 13 in fourth place. So look at the team championship, and Ducati Lenovo team leading away now ahead of Pramac Racing just by 11 points. 30 points are clear of Aprilia and 36 clear from Team Suzuki X-Star. But upon that note, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Apologies it wasn't the most entertaining compared to the other Grand Prix we've had, but I still hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. And if you did, like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. So thanks for watching as always, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.